It's here, y'all. Base44, building real applications. Is it possible? The answer is yeah, it actually is. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out Base44 and we're going to be building out a real application together. I'm going to show you everything you need to know when building out applications on Base44. And today's video is sponsored by Base44. And they said, Corbin, we need to do a cool video. And I said, yes, because half of the comments I see half of the time are like, Corbin, have you seen Base44? What's going on? I got you. Let's jump in. Base44. What is Base44? Base44 allows us to use human language to create applications, simply putting in a prompt here and we get apps. Now, if you want to get some inspiration, you can simply scroll down here and look at all these different templates. I mean, this is very, very extensive, y'all. This is more extensive than I've seen on any other platform, where depending on the type of application you want to build, you can go to things like content generation and look at all these different options. Using this, we can have it for inspiration and see what other people are building in the community. But in today's video, we're going to build one together. Now, we can either check out the templates and proceed that way, or we could either spitball here, quite literally describe the app you want, or we can use the ideas to get started. So let's use some of their ideas and see if they're good. And as you already know, I love creative ideas. So we're going to do creative tools, and then we get a little subcategory here. Which one seems the coolest to me? To be honest with you, a digital art sketchpad. I like it. Build a digital art sketchpad should provide a simple drawing interface with basic tools for digital sketching and doodling. Now, one thing I want you to notice right off the bat is notice how no developer terminology needs to be used. These AI models and the building process by Base44 has enough context to understand what type of quote unquote tech stack is needed here. So hit enter. It's loading. So welcome to the building platform. What you'll notice is that over here to the right, we're going to see, or maybe your left, you're going to be able to see your actual application come to life. Over here is going to be where we can chat, go back and forth and be like, I like this. I don't like this. Do this. Don't do this. And we'll learn more as we go. Now, what we can do, and what is really nice about this builder, is that it will give us an overview of the direction it's taking us. So key features, canvas drawing area, correct. Drawing tools, color picker. Of course, it went ahead and also picked a nice little color palette I like. Typically, if I'm drawing something, I want to make it feel like I'm drawing on a white piece of paper. So I went with a pure white here and then some soft grays. And then component structure, you might be saying, Corbin, what the heck is a component? Don't worry. What a component is simply a piece of a software. Think of it like I'm Picasso and I'm drawing a painting. The trees in that painting are going to be a component of the painting, like a part of it. If you're watching this on YouTube, this little YouTube UI thing, user interface, this video you're watching on, this is a component. The comment section down below, that's a component. It's just how we piece things together in software. What's cool here is that you will be able to see what it is actively building on. I do like the naming as well. And I think that's one thing coming from a software developer background that was annoying back in the day, was essentially needing to name things how they are. And one thing that's really cool about building with Base44 here is that its AI is smart enough to really make the naming of variables and files good. For example, Sketchpad canvas. I like this. You might be thinking to yourself, Corbin, that seems a little basic, but trust me, if you develop software, sometimes you just give really ambiguous variable names, but we can see here it's looking good, and let's let it execute. So it went ahead and finished, it executed, and you will see we have our application here. So I'm gonna shrink down. I'm so small. So we got an output here, but before we really start testing here, what you'll notice is that, it might not work on first shot. We got a good user interface though. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna simply just screenshot this whole thing. I wanna just give it context of like, yo, you did a good job. This looks beautiful. I'm gonna drag this into chat. And then I'm also gonna say this. This is the money. This is the execution. I selected the pencil and tried to draw and nothing happened, which you'll notice if I click the pencil here, I'm trying to draw, nothing's really happening. So I'm gonna hit enter here and let's see it go. While this is fixing a nice little bug. Bugs are very, very common in software. Trust me, there's a lot of bugs in any type of software, but that's the whole point of prompting with AI, because AI can do it for you. Look at this, y'all. This is next level. So what Base44 does really effectively is that it makes scary code files into this nice little user interface. So not only did it quite literally create a app icon, which really looks cool, y'all. You're able to rename your app. So maybe you're like Sketchflow is no good. I like Sketch AI. Sketch AI. It gives you a nice little subtitle here. You'll notice you'll be able to actually open the app here or share the app. Opening the app just takes us back to preview. Go to dashboard here. We're able to invite other people to help us develop this application. This is really nice for communal type of workflows. And what is really nice is it has an in-house analytics tab. When we're ready to set up our own custom domain, it already has the interface to handle this. So you don't have to go through complicated DNS workflows, simply hitting purchase. What is a custom domain, Corbin? That is the ability to do like amazingapp.com instead of Sketchflow F3C6327 I'm a robot.base44. It still works, but typically people like using custom domains. So it says it works here, and sometimes just reload the page. We got our marker selected here. Oh, it works. Okay. Yes. All right, I like it. Obviously, I'm an amazing artist. You should pay this. This is an NFT. So we got the functionality of drawing, which looks beautiful. Can we change colors? Okay, we're gonna have to fix that issue right there. So all you need to do to fix issues when creating a Base44 app is simply can screenshot here, or alternatively, what you'll notice is that it has a really cool feature here called visual edit. So I'm gonna call my little friend here Sam. Sam is amazing, but Sam needs a little bit more. Like, he needs to wear a red shirt. Sam, I'm gonna go to visual edit here. I'm gonna click this. What you'll notice is that we're able to select different components as I identified before. So I'm going over here. I'm like, wait a second. This looks like this is a little hidden. So I can click this. We're going to say edit element. I'm going to say when I do the drop down for color, the colors are hidden behind the canvas. And how do I know that? Look in the top left and they're hidden. Enter. So what's actually happening here is that the Base44 AI models are able to identify that, okay, for this selected code area, there's an issue. The issue is that this div, as we call it in software, is not showing above here. Therefore, this is typically a Z index issue, but let's see what it comes up with. Typically, when doing this kind of workflow, when selecting elements, though, the more specific, the better. And there we go. It works. So the next thing you can do is you can be like, you know what? Now I can see it, but as you'll notice is that the colors are overlapping. It looks like there's a width issue with height. I can click this again, edit element, and I say, this looks good, but I need more width so that the colors don't overlap. This is the human language, yo. This is the next layer. Software development started with the ability to create software applications, but the actual code to run the software application is like binary 0101000100010001000, like this situation. The next layer of abstraction was our ability to write the actual code, C++, C#, all this, like I'm writing the code. The next layer of abstraction is what you're witnessing now. Our ability to quite literally use human language to build out applications. This isn't a fringe thing. This isn't a fad. This is quite literally the next layer to software development. 50 years from now, 20 years from now, this is how you're going to do software development. It's cool. And to be honest with you, it's extremely fun because guess what? Tim, was it Tim or Jim? Maybe it was Sam. We're going to call Sam. Sam, the very happy looking smiley man, wanted a red shirt. So we're going to give him a red shirt. So let's do that. I'm going to unselect visual edit. I'll come over here to this one. I like this one. Nice. Okay. Red shirt. It's actually really cool. This is actually really fun. We got another one. We got brush. You know, brush is a little bit bigger. We can erase this brush because we're like, you know what? I don't like this brush. So erase this. Another thing that we need for an editing platform is like, I want to make my eraser have like that little circle thing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask that. So I'm simply going to say I want my eraser tool to have the circle ability and I can adjust how big and small it is. I'm going to simply hit enter and this is the workflow. Another thing that's really cool about Base44 is in software development, one thing that is extremely frustrating and I used to hate to do was the ability to create responsiveness in an application. So this is like desktop, you're on your laptop, you're on a computer, you're sitting at home, you're eating some good ramen, but we need it mobile. So I click this and we need to make sure that this becomes mobile responsive, which we'll do as our next little step here for Base44. And then once it's mobile responsive, then you have a full-blown application that can be accessible to anyone in the world that has an internet connection and can connect to your domain. So let's see if we got a circle. Ooh, I got my circle. I like it. So we got a circle here. We can adjust the size here. So this is a bigger circle. And there we go. Now, when we want to do more mobile responsiveness, I can simply click this. And then what you'll notice is that the toolbar is a little off, but don't worry. We just use the screenshot method. I can screenshot this whole thing. And you guessed it. We'll drag the image in. And I'm going to simply put, make this mobile responsive. This is the workflow, y'all. Don't let anyone tell you different. So we're going to make this mobile responsive. We're going to check out some more features here provided by Base44 that I thought was personally cool. But let me point out a couple more things. First thing, if you love GitHub, and I love GitHub, if you don't know what GitHub is, then learn what GitHub is, because GitHub is absolutely amazing and is fundamental to the journey of software development. Look at that. They have a direct integration to GitHub. So everyone that loves a PR, the ability to save a checkpoint, please connect. They have the ability to share the app. So if you want to share with your mom, you're like, you're coming home for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays. I got a cool app, mom. You like show it. It's like the little mobile responsive UI. You can sketch. Honestly, super cool, y'all. And yeah, you can share the app. Coming back over here to the dashboard though, there was other little options here that you might care about. So there's integrations here. If you use any of these platforms and wanted to integrate it into the application, proceed. And when I say integrations, essentially what I'm saying here is that what Base44 did for us is that took all the developer burden of creating the ability to connect to something like Slack and just made it a simple hit use, click some buttons, and you're good to go. Like there's a bunch of technical knowledge that Base44 is just burning in a good way so that you as a developer can just jump on here and create cool applications through human language. They even went as far as adding a app security check, which I know is a big thing for a lot of y'all. So you can hit start security check, and then it'll be able to scan your code and based off Base44 models, identify typical pitfalls that happen when you are creating an application. I passed with flying colors. It's green. Now, some of y'all might be like, Corbin, I want to check out the code. I got you. You just hit code there, and it'll show you how it is currently structured. We got the Sketchpad code here. You can kind of dive in, see what you want, see what you like. Sketchpad, Canvas toolbar right here. And just to give, a little bit more context, this was the component structure I was referencing earlier, which you'll notice is that the canvas, little white thing that we drawed on, this is the code. Little toolbar that you saw when I was able to check the pencil, the brush, the eraser, this is the code. The color picker, this is the code. Like, that's what's cool about this. I mean, you even see right here. And over time, by using a software like Base44, you'll be able to get more comfortable when looking at a file like this and not being like, Corbin, is this alien language? It kind of is, but you get more comfortable. And there we go. It is mobile responsive. The ability where you have a phone, you can click the different elements here, clear the canvas. Let's see if we can get Tim back here. There we go. Clear the canvas. It works. So here's some final notes here. If you want to go back in history, you can go to version history right here. Nice. And what you'll notice is that it even went over the Z index field like I referenced earlier for the color palette. If you're ever using this chat and the output from Base44, you're like, whoa, what just happened? You can simply go back to one of the bubbles here and go to revert to this. This is kind of like a mini version of GitHub, and this allows you to undo a request that you may have messed up on your underlying application. Don't worry, we all make mistakes. If you ever want to be in a position where maybe you don't necessarily want to edit the application, but you want to learn about the application, or just trust me, as you keep building, your brain's going to be like, can I do this? Switch this to discussion, and then you can jump in chats with Base44 here and really learn more about the application you are planning to build. Anything, y'all. So if you're watching this video right now and you're like, this is extremely cool, but what about X, Corbin? What about Y, Corbin? Well, X and Y or Z or A or B or C, like anything you ever wanted to ask me in this video, like if this was the future and this is like, you could just ask me and I could be like, this is the answer. You can ask Base44. And Base44 has been trained on software development to create applications. Therefore, whatever your little question is about these application building process, I can guarantee you Base44 will be able to answer it using the discussion method. But I have my Sketchpad here and I'm ready to go. I'm going to show this to my mom and be like, Mom, I built a Sketchpad. As you already know, these style videos, make sure you leave a like. It is completely free. That is Base44. Check it out in the description down below. But I'll see you in the next. Corbin to show me how to build out a real application using just human language. And now we are able to sketch anything. And you saw how Tim got a red shirt type of video.